Wait till you go to Austin and see that fucking town. And you go to Austin, you're like, what the fuck? They come from they're all beautiful. There's dirty chicks and there's clean chicks, and even the chubby chicks are hot. I mean, it's just pure fucking heat. The Mexican chicks, the fucking redheads are hot. It's just, and I had a friend in Houston. He used to take me down. He went to, and he went to the law schools too. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
So now you just dropped it on me that you also went to law school. So you go to law school, 3 years. You fucking study your ass off. You do meth.
2 years actually.
Oh yeah, now you're really a fucking show off. 2 fucking years, and one day you go, you know what? I'm gonna throw this all away so I could be a fucking comic and hang out with a fat fucking dude named Joey Diaz in Austin, Texas. Is that what you're fucking trying to tell me?
Yeah, I mean, this pretty much summed me up completely. But yeah, I went for a year, and then I kind of came here for a year and wasn't doing like comedy, but just worked for Children's Hospital, a TV show and stuff, and then kind of just went back to Austin, did another year. And
I did that show.
It. Oh yeah, it's the best.
The Mobsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are amazing.
Were you working with then?
I was only in the 3rd season. I don't think. No.
I think I did the 2nd season.
Yeah. But yeah, then just went and finished year, and then started doing comedy kind of that last year, and just I mean, I really guess fell into comedy because I like writing jokes on Twitter. That's like such a lame story, but I just liked writing jokes so much I couldn't really focus on studying law, even though I loved law school. It was really, I mean, just it's being surrounded by like the smartest people in the world all the time is just so interesting. And actually, my criminal defense professor is. Do you watch The Jinx? Robert Durst, the guy is like on trial for like 3 murders. He has this criminal defense professor, which they're trying the case again right now. But yeah, I mean, I loved law school. It's so interesting, but I just couldn't really not think about comedy the entire time.
I mean, kind of being an attorney and being a comic is a fucking fine line, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and are you going to be a criminal attorney? Is that what you're going to
I worked for an entertainment attorney for a little while, which was cool. I did some like cases for like Black Swan on like film financing, and he had some interesting clients. But I liked criminal defense the best. Even though I think I went initially because I was interested in entrepreneurial law. Like I wanted to start a business and be able to like protect it and just do everything myself. So I was originally going to go to Cornell Law School because they had a really great entrepreneurial program there, but then decided to go to UT because Adam Dell had this, Michael Dell's brother had this great course, which is cool. Met a lot of interesting people there. Was in this group where we actually started kind of business, and one of the guys who was a part of that was actually Russ Ulbricht, is the guy who created Silk Road and just got life in prison without parole for creating that website, which I think during that time too, like, I mean, he was just working on this company where he was donating books to schools and prisons, and I think at the time had this idea, wanted to start like an anonymous marketplace where you can buy anything anonymously online. And then a few years later, that stuff happened. It was crazy. But
it's an expensive decision.
The people you meet there are just so smart and interesting.
Let me tell you something. I was having a good day till you started fucking talking just now. Cornell. like you had a choice between fucking Cornell and U of Texas. Like, I just want to go home and shoot my fucking self right now, because this whole thing started because I caught a break in life. I got into the University of Colorado, right? And then one day I'm in the thing and they go, you're part of the CUOP, which is Colorado Opportunity Program, because you're Spanish. They put me in that. And then I got this thing in the mail one time, and it was just an invite to this Latino Association of Colorado Attorneys at CUOP, whatever. I said, what the fuck? They had hors d'oeuvres. I said, let me go down there. You know, I lived right around the corner at that time. I went down to this party, and this guy was like, listen, if you maintain this, I could get you into the law school. And I was like, come on. I mean, I just got a GED. Like, I quit high school my senior year because I had to work. Mm-hmm. And I went and got my GED, and I kept taking courses at Colorado Mountain College. And then one day they go, listen, bro, you have too many credits. You got to transfer. So my only option was CU Boulder at night. They were like, yeah, we'll take your fucking 180 a credit, whatever. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll pay to come here. They let me in, and then they said something to me. So now I was in college. That was it. And then I got in trouble, and that ruined it. But when I got in trouble, I always loved criminal defense. I always loved the legal way of being a criminal defense and the lawyers I grew up with that had criminal defense. Like, when I was growing up, I've never met the lawyers that people call greasy. It wasn't until I got divorced. Mm-hmm. Those are the worst attorneys ever I dealt with. 3 attorneys sunk me dry. I always tell Lee a story that when I was a kid, my mom used to be a bookmaker. So when you got in trouble in New York, you got a ticket. But when you got in trouble in Jersey, it was a fucking felony. But they had an attorney. Like today, like anything? Today a cop got let off in Charleston, South Carolina. Did you see that? It was a hung jury.
Oh, man.
You basically see the fucking cop shooting a guy from 8 feet away or whatever the fuck. He shot him 8 times. He shot 8 times, okay? A guy that Lee knew, I introduced him to Lee, Carmine Balzano, God rest his soul, shot a guy in his house 7 times in the back in self-defense. Didn't go to jail. He lost his job as a cop, and he kept his pension. Okay, the attorney he had was a guy named Sam DeLuca. Mm-hmm. God rest his soul, too. He might be dead, but I don't think so. Guys like that don't fucking die. Like Mitzi Shaw, she'll hang on until she's 184. People like that don't die. They're too fucking smart. They figured out a way how to outwit fucking God. I'm telling you.
No, yeah, that's, I think, my
father
right there.
And I've told this thing 1,000 times, and to somebody like you, maybe you've heard this or you haven't. This guy was a brilliant attorney, and we could look him up. And like the last time I looked him up, he was defending the Manano brothers in Philadelphia on a triple homicide extortion case, you know. And when I was a kid, he handled all these bookmakers that I knew, not little bookmakers, like high level bookmakers. And part of the deal when you went to see him was you had to bring him a suit. But you had to bring him a fucking suit. Okay, and then I exaggerate this, but when I got older, when I became like 10 or 11, part of their defense, all these Cubans' defense, was that me no speak English. Okay, that's their number. Whose money is that? Oye, pero me no speak English. Dile policía que yo no speak. We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.